FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
A major advantage, I believe, for the good of society, not for being a woman necessarily, but for the benefit of society, is that women do focus on different issues. The men are worried about the roads, the prisons, those kinds of things, which are necessary, and I'm not faulting them. But the women, in my experience, and it's part of what I did as a state senator, was to focus on things like child care. Jackie Spear focused on health care, the kinds of things that build a society. And to me, that is an advantage of being a woman in that you've experienced the family, the community, and you bring those things to bear in a legislative setting. And I think, frankly, those are important issues. The barrier that still faces those of us that were running for office, and I see it in the current presidential campaign, is raising money. People do not give to women in the way they give to men. My experience, for instance, when I was running, was a woman would give me $10 and a man would give me $1,000. Now, translated today, it might be $1,000 and $10,000. But there's a real disadvantage when you can't raise the money in the same way that the men can. So to me, that was a barrier. I really benefited from having the Stanford MBA because I could go to men and they would show some respect. But so that really got me in the door, and I was able to raise enough to get elected. But I think it's still a barrier, and you saw it in January when Mr. Obama won, raised like $50 million, and Senator Clinton raised 20 or something like that. I probably have my figures wrong. But, and the other thing, a barrier still, and I want to share this with the women in the group in particular. Women are not yet women's allies. And I encourage all of you that are going to play a role, whether it's in the business world, the arts world, the political world, support your gender. There was one reporter that was female covering the Senate when I was there. All the rest were men. What did she ask me one day? Without even thinking, and this was 1987, I guess, I wore a pantsuit to work. Well, nobody thinks anything about that today, but in 1987, it was a bit unusual for a woman to have slacks on the Senate floor. So she came to my office afterwards, and she said, "I'm amazed that you're wearing a pantsuit on the Senate floor, and I wanted to ask you about it." This made Paul Harvey news, and my mother calls me from the East Coast and said, "I hear you've been wearing slacks on the Senate floor." And I said, "And Mother, what do you know about what I've done for children or for transportation?" Not a word. And this is a barrier, I think, still for women. The issues that they focus on still do not get the attention, and that needs to change.